back here. He was our guest speaker, I don't know how many years ago, but it's been a few years prior to him getting back into the head coaching business. So welcome home, Coach.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to be here.
And then Jayden Daniels, the quarterback of the Sun Devils, and the Mike linebacker, Kyle Soelle. So, gentlemen, thank you very much. Coach, will you address the media and have a few words, please?
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank the committee and obviously the sponsor, host here, Allegiant Stadium. I think our team, I think both teams are excited about playing in a venue like this. Obviously, Virginia, the Virgin Hotel has put us up. The hospitality has been outstanding. Our players are really excited about being back in full participation. As you know, for us, the previous year we were only allowed to play 4 games due to the virus, so we did not have the ability to go to a bowl game. And to come back here again, it's kind of exciting, being representing the Pac-12 in this bowl game, along with a really good opponent in Wisconsin, Big Ten team. So we're excited. It's been a long week, to say the least. I think the players on both sides are ready to play football.
Thank you, Coach. Hold your questions until we introduce the players. Quarterback Jayden Daniels, I got a question for you, and I'll start you off by reminding you, and then you always know this, after opting out of the bowl last year, your team is back in the postseason, which is great. Now it's time, has your time here been in Vegas? How has it been, and what has been your favorite part so far of bowl week?
It's been very exciting. Since last year, we didn't get to play as many games. We didn't get to go to a bowl game. I'll say my favorite part is just being here in Las Vegas. It's just really just spending more time with my teammates, my brothers. Because when we're in the season, you don't really get as much time to be next to each other. Like we're in a hotel room. So, you kind of get to learn different personalities, learn different guys that you usually don't hang out with on a day-to-day basis.
Very good. Now we move to the Mike linebacker, Kyle Soelle, who has a brother playing on his team as well, 2 Soelle. So I'm going to ask you the question. We'll give you the same question, by the way, we asked Jack Ferguson earlier. After watching film, what stands out most for you about the Badger offense?
Yeah, overall, I think they're a great offense. First thing that stands out is they're a great run offense. The O-line works together, they're physical. They also have a great stable of running backs. The tight ends are great as well. Ferguson, he's definitely their #1 target, so we're going to have a handful of that. And then I think receiver-wise, they're the best blocking receivers we've seen this year, so have a big task at hand.
Very good. Well done, gentlemen. Very nice. All right, media, questions? I can't see out there. That's all. Questions for the coach or any of the players? Mark?
Yeah, Mark Anderson, Las Vegas Street Journal. Obviously, the bowl cancellation around the country. This is for coach and either one of the players. Just as far as focusing on preparation, is it been difficult, or have you been able to do that?
Well, I think everyone went through this last year. Think about it, previous to the season. So I hate to say we were a little bit prepared for it. It took place again, and obviously it's back. We know that. I think our players, coaching staff, all the people that work with us understood that, and we had the mindset of making sure we protected ourselves and those around us so we could get to this day, press conference, and tomorrow playing football game.
Thank you. Another question? The young lady there?
Oh, yeah. For the players, I kind of just asked Wisconsin about this. How excited are you guys to go inside Allegiant Stadium and check that out if you've already done a walkthrough or anything?
I'm very excited. It's Las Vegas. You don't really get to play in an NFL stadium like that. It's literally built, so I'm very excited to get in there playing.
And what's this week been like for you guys? Just trying to be safe, but still having fun and enjoying everything.
Yeah, we know around college football around the world, games have been canceled, so we want to play in our game. So it just comes with being disciplined, wearing your mask. Like Coach Herm said, be safe, have fun. But at the end of the day, we got one goal, and that's to come here and win a football game.
Jayden, you kind of talked about the adversity your team went through this season, last season. How thankful are you for an opportunity like this?
I'm very grateful. Like you said last year, you can see how fast football can be taken away from you. So I'm very grateful, very blessed. I know everybody in this room is very grateful and blessed to have football back and finish a long season instead of stuff being cut short, because at the end of the day, you never know when it might be your last snap.
Gentleman in the back of the room there with the camera.
Yeah, this is for Herm. John Madden passing, I drove by Allegiant today, and there's a memorial of him up. Herm, do you have some thoughts on Coach Madden?
Well, just a fantastic man. I knew Coach Madden personally. That had a history with the Raiders when I was at Cal Berkeley, obviously. The Raiders were right down the road. I can remember them coming into our stadium one year and playing a preseason game. So, along with John Madden and Mr. Davis, obviously knew them when I was very young, and then just being in the National Football League, Coach Madden was a big part of it. It was bigger than life. And when Madden did your game, you knew it was a big game. You couldn't wait until he did one of your games. He talked about you as a player. But tremendous insight on football. Had some one-liners that everybody obviously remembers. But he was as big as football. I mean, when you think about all the players, if you hear what all the players are talking about, when we talk about John Madden, I mean, he's got a video game named after him, right? I mean, how big does that get for a guy that was a coach in the beginning and then went to the broadcasting side of it? But it's a tremendous loss for all of us. He made the game better. He really did. His voice made the game better when he talked about football and the passion he had for football, and how elementary he made football for an average fan to watch it. You just wanted to see what John Madden was going to say. When the game was being played, all the little booms and bows and this guy, it's just the common thread of what the audience were really saying. He said it in a way that it connected to the audience that he was speaking to.
Gentleman down here, tripod.
Jayden, this Wisconsin defense has consistently been one of the best in the country since Coach Leonard has been there. I'm just curious, what stands out to you about them, and what type of challenge are they going to present for your offense?
They're a very disciplined team, very disciplined defense. Their front seven is real good. They don't give up big plays that much. They try to keep everything boxed in front of them. I see they pride themselves on stopping the run. If you don't stop the run, it's going to be a long game. So, I mean, just watching film, they do a lot of good stuff. They have two very good linebackers. Their nose tackle is good. So it's the challenges that we see. We're going to have to run the ball at some point. So the game's going to be one up front. So it's about who wants it more. Do they want more than us, or do we want more than them?
Other questions for Kyle, Jayden, or Coach? Right down in front there.
Michelle Gardner, Arizona Republic. This is for Coach Herm or the players. Obviously, between injuries and opt-outs, you're without a lot of players against a very good team. So can you kind of talk about the old, what they say, next man up mentality and the challenge you're facing?
I'm going to answer a little bit of it, and I'm going to let Kyle speak as well, because a lot of those guys, they're on both sides of the ball. You're talking about the players that are not here. Maybe some opted out, maybe some have been injured, whatever it may be. But we've dealt with that, I think, since I took this job. First arrived in a bowl game that happened to be in Vegas, right? So I just think that we don't talk about it a whole lot. We just don't. It really is the next man up. We have a bunch of young players playing on defense. Both our starting corners are out. You know that. But you have guys like Soelle that has been in this defense for a long time. His presence, his leadership in the huddle, I think is a critical part of keeping those guys together. And he can answer it because a lot of those guys are on his side of the ball.
Yeah, just to kind of reiterate what Coach Herm said. I mean, he always said be a pro, and when you're on the field, you're a starter. And I think the team really, embodies that. We've embodied that all year. We've had guys missing throughout the season. I think the young guys have all stepped up, and they've always prepared to be starters. So we're going to take that same mindset with this game tomorrow, and looking forward to the test.
Questions right down here in the red shirt.
Coach, for a game like this, is it one of those things where you've had the time off, you've had practices, but are there a lot of cobwebs those first few series, just like the first game of the season?
Well, I think probably for both parties, and the fact that we haven't played almost in a month. So I think the speed of the game is something that we'll all have to obviously get a hold of when the game starts. You're always worried defensively on offense, the protection of the football, right? Because now it becomes live tackling. Defensively, how well do you tackle, right? And that all those things now become live. Been away from it. You know, it's almost like you can imagine when spring ball starts, right? That first week of spring ball, you're just trying to get used to playing football again, practicing football. I think for both teams, it's going to be about the same. I would assume that going into bowl preparation, you have some time that you can prepare yourself, but then there's some downtime as well. So I think all those things become a factor in a game like this.
Jose Rolón, Blue Cross Radio. Coach, both teams coming into this game at 8-4, yet you guys are the underdog in this game. Is that added motivation for you and your guys going into tomorrow's game?
Well, there's always going to be an underdog, and depending on how you want to spin it, I don't get caught up in that. I don't think our team gets caught up in that at all. We just prepare for the opponent, and we're playing a very good opponent. We've been very consistent all season. 8-4 record is a good record. It really is, for their conference. And some of the teams they competed against and quite didn't get it done are a very good football team. So we look at it as two teams that are coming in and both understand the importance of the game. You know, bowl game is always important. If you can win your last game you play of the season is very important. And I think it sets your spring for spring football. So I think both teams are excited about participating in the game.
Gentleman right down here.
Kind of mentioned Wisconsin's running game. I wonder, is there a running back that you guys have played this season that you feel like compares to Braylon Allen, Wisconsin starter?
I'd probably say the overall run game of Utah is a good comparison, but they're an animal in itself. Like I said, that front five works together really well. They're physical up front, and the backs, they got great contact balance, and they can break it if you give them the room. So we're excited for that task, and we're preparing well for that.
About anybody else? But by the way, gentlemen and ladies, there'll be no one-on-ones after the conclusion of this. And we want to remind you, okay, gentleman over there.
Jayden, your thoughts on not having a couple of your starting offensive linemen and also a couple of your running backs, including Rashad White, and the challenge of that and the opportunity?
Not having a couple of our starter line, Donovan West, Henry has those guys. They got to do what's best for them, but at the end of the day, as long as we have the core group and we all know we're all on the same page, and that just comes with the play call that we have, helping me out, helping the O-line out in certain situations, getting the ball out, just knowing where to go with the football. And I haven't, Rashad and Chip, Rashad made the best decision for him. I respect him, the next level guy. But we still have Daniel, the guy that at the end of the day, he wasn't really showcased so much this season, but the little spurts that he had, you can see that he was something special. I think George Hart step up and do his part, and I could do some of the part of the run game too. But at the end of the day, like Coach Herm and Kyle said, next man up mentality just becomes being a pro. If you want to be in this program, you got to embody it. Like Coach Herm tells us, no matter if you're one or two, prepare like you're a starter because you never know when your time might be.